Okay, how to make the perfect cup, or in reality mug, of tea. I'm using a clear glass mug so you can see everything that's going on. I'm going to have a dispensed hot filtered water provided by my BIBO unit here. And one thing you'll notice pretty much straight away once it's finished dispensing is absolutely how crystal clear the water still is. So it's as good going in as coming out, no discoloration at all. And so absolutely perfectly temperature, so I've got that at 98 degrees. You can sort of select how hot you want your water. Okay, so now the water's ready, I'm going to add a tea bag. There's quite a lot of discussion regarding length of time to brew your tea. This is Twinings everyday tea, so this needs at least 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes depending on how strong you want your cup of tea. So that's brewing. There's a lot of talk also about tea, milk, teapots, which goes first, etc. So the only advice I've really got is that you really mustn't ever let the milk and the tea leaf, so it's not about the tea, it's the tea leaf now, come into contact. So if, like me, you're going to brew your mug of tea, where you've got a tea bag in your cup, then you've got to remove that bag before you put any milk into the mug. Really simple. So if you've got a teapot and you've got tea bags in the teapot, so the tea leaf stays in the teapot, absolutely, you can put milk into your cups or mugs, whatever, doesn't matter, because in that situation, no milk, no tea leaf comes into contact with each other. Now, there used to be a big thing in the old days, I'm going back a long time, where china pots, were used instead of my mug of glass, my tea mug here. And there was a different reason why people would have to add milk or not to their fine bone china, because depending on the quality of the china, very much depended on whether the hot water from the tea would actually then crack the mug or cup. So it was very much a way of letting people know that your cups and saucers were of finest quality, because you could pour directly into the empty mug or cup from the teapot to boiling hot water, and you wouldn't risk cracking any of your cups and saucers. So it was very common that anybody that had a cheaper range china would have to put milk into their mugs first to help balance the heat and keep the heat at a lower temperature. So that's the old days, that's the history, that isn't important, and that's filled the time quite nicely. So this has been in there for a good while now. I've got myself a good strong brew here. I'm going to just give it a gentle squeeze, tip out most hot water because I don't want to burn myself like anybody. Gentle squeeze, tip that into a little pot so it can be recycled. Give my milk a little shake, and I have mine quite milky. So you can see there's quite a bit of strength there, even though I have rather milky tea. And that's because I let this brew, almost 2 whole minutes, I think. And there we have a really nice strong cup of tea. And I think it's a mixture of the quality of the tea. We have a quick sip. Lovely. Good milk. I personally always use full fat milk. I think the milk adds a texture, and whenever I've tried milk where it's fully skimmed or even semi-skimmed, you lose something, and the tea will always taste quite watery, is the only way I can explain it, even though of course it's 99.9% water. So there's something that really helps the texture of tea with milk. And of course the final thing, of course, is the water, and my filtered BIBO deals with that very admirably, and absolutely gives me crystal clear tea. No scaling or film. You'll see nothing ever on top of any of the cups of teas, etc. that are served from the BIBO, because it's both filtering it and UV light treating it, as well as boiling it to the right temperature. So it's a real great companion if you're a tea fan, and I can recommend this as pretty much the perfect cup of tea.